Welcome back, Fayettes, and Fantasy Fiends, to chapters 14 through 17 of Blood of Hercules by Jasmine Mass. You're listening to Book for Two. I'm Scott.
And I'm Genevieve. If you're new here, welcome to our brand of chaos.
We bring the male and female perspective, the wild theories, the heated debates, and of course,
the couples banter you never knew you needed, now can't escape.
She likes her books loaded with spice, betrayal, and enough broody fey males to make her own assembly of death.
And he likes his with apocalyptic stakes, cinematic fight scenes, and character trauma that hits harder than Kharon's stare across the sticks.
Every week, we deep dive into the books that wreck your soul and make you cancel plans. And right now, we're deep diving Blood of Hercules by Jasmine Mass.
And once a month, we shake things up with a standalone book review. So if you love unhinged theories, emotional damage, and two readers yelling about their fictional obsessions, you're in the right place. Let's talk about some weekly life updates, starting with books, and then we'll get into a few more exciting things. So you just finished Zom Rom-Com. What do you think?
Without giving too much away, before I record my rating and full review, it was fun. This is my first ever romance book, and I wanted to deep dive into the genre. So I thought that this book would be a good segue into full-on romance. Now, I don't know if I'm going to go full-on sappy romance like Nicholas Sparks and shit, but these type of romance with the good humor and a fun little plot, I'm in for that.
It sounds like the humor helped with that one as well.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, the humor was great. Now, I know you didn't have a personal read for the past weeks because you and Mike have been super busy at work. When you do get a chance, though, what are you finally going to read? What's on your radar?
So I am still reading Dungeon Crawler Carl. I'm about 70% as of this morning. Definitely feeling a lighter read, though, between our bookshelves and my Kindle. I think I have about 3 that are tickling my interests right now.
Which ones?
So I'm looking at Anathema by Carrie Lake. Not just because of the pretty colors at Barnes & Noble. Not just because of the sprayed edges. Also Bewitched by Laura Thalassa. And maybe I'll just pick up Zom Rom-Com because that seems super chill. Maybe that's, I don't know. I've got too many choices. My TBR is huge.
Another easy read I would recommend. It's not spooky, but it has witch vibes and stuff, would be The Spell Shop.
I could do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's just too many choices to decide. Speaking of decisions, though, we have decided to not finish our deep dive of the Throne of Glass series on our podcast. Now, don't freak out. We are still currently reading it, and we will be doing many 1 to 2 minute deep dives on TikTok and Instagram. And Scott already has his opinion on Kale.
Now, pay attention to our socials and find out what we have to say. Are we Team Kale or Team Aelin? Or are we a split decision? So, some more exciting news. My 13-year-old daughter is coming to visit from Germany in a week.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm super excited. We're going to have a great time.
I think the kids and I are just a little bit nervous, but come on. She's a stoyer. I think we're all going to get along just fine. We have a bonfire planned, a girls' day, bookstores. I just hope we don't overwhelm her in the little amount of time that she's here.
And if we do, there's always just chill beach days. That's the greatest thing about where we live is we can just chill on the beach and just have nice and relaxed days.
Yes, that too. So I'm glad for where we live here. And other exciting news, let's talk about book club.
Okay, so we are reading Empire the Vampire by Jay Kristoff. Again, imagine no sunrise, vampires running the world, and a very grumpy Silver Saint telling his bloody tragic life story.
I'm liking it so far. Our book club date is locked in October 20th at 6 p.m. Central. If you're local, come hang out at Salt and Story in Niceville. If not, we will be streaming live on Discord.
Links are in the socials or just email us at bookfor2podcast@gmail.com to hop in. Lastly, we have an extra episode coming soon. We teamed up with the crew from Fantastic Pod for a very special episode.
We fancast Quicksilver, debated the audiobook, and waited to see if Scott rage quit. That episode will be dropping October 20th, so be on the lookout.
We are hoping to do another crossover with her for casting Blood of Hercules. So, Loretta, if you're listening, let us know what you think and start looking up some actors and actresses.
Heck yeah. And now our final update. When we switched to Blood of Hercules, we honestly had no idea how close Bonds of Hercules was to coming out. But the fates clearly had a hand in this,
So obviously, we are going to jump right into Bonds of Hercules.
We'd be stupid not to, right?
Yeah.
All right, with that said, Bonds of Hercules comes out October 28th, and you can plan on our first episode coming out around November 6th. Okay, before we hit play on the trauma, quick warning. This episode will contain spoilers for Blood of Hercules. Consider this your official spoiler shield.
Also, heads up, this is an adult content show. We swear like we're on an episode of The Sopranos, talk about murder like it's a kink. And when the spice hits, let's just say we don't fade to black. You've been warned, and you're very welcome.
All right, last episode. Alexis somehow survived the first wave of the Crucible. Bruised, starving, and one sarcastic comment away from expulsion. She finally found her footing, if you can call passing out every other chapter footing.
And her mentors? Still allergic to basic human empathy, but hey, progress. She's eating, studying, and only getting thrown into the ocean occasionally now.
We also got some peak Broody Bunch content. Kharon, Augustus, and the Crimson Duo reminding us that mentorship is just Spartan code for emotional terrorism.
But our girl's not backing down. She's trading punches, making alliances, and maybe, just maybe, starting to figure out who the hell she really is.
This episode, we're diving into chapters 14 through 17. Think library brawls, telepathic breakdowns, a field trip from hell, and a puppy that might actually be a demon?
Plus, Augustus hits a new low in the Worst Professor of the Year competition as we learn the ancient Spartan art of mind-breaking your students for character growth.
It's messy, it's bloody, it's chaotic. So basically business as usual in Blood of Hercules.
And don't go anywhere. Spartan Center will be back with our top 5 replays, and our game, Who's the Asshole, returns to test just how we can spot bad behavior in high-def god drama. All right, real quick, before we dive into the drama, shameless plug time. Sub, review, follow us, feed the algorithm gods, and hey, if you know a bookish friend who'd vibe with us, send them our way.
If you're not already hanging with us on socials, now's the time. Sneak peeks, unfiltered chaos, and the occasional random live. Thursday nights at 7:30 p.m. Central, we are on TikTok Live. Sometimes it's deep theory, sometimes it's total gremlin energy, and sometimes Scott gets peer pressured into reading the spicy bits.
And get your ass in our Discord if you ever screamed about a plot twist at 2 a.m. and wanted someone to scream back. That's the place. The crew is growing, it's unhinged, and it is glorious.
Visual gremlins, we see you. YouTube's live, full episodes, full spirals, and yes, every side eye I throw at Scott. All in glorious HD.
And while you're at it, come treat yourself with our merch.
We're talking t-shirts,
Treat yourself.
mugs,
Treat yourself.
notebooks,
Treat yourself.
and even vanity plates.
Treat yourself, because nothing says functional adult like slapping dark Hallmark tagline on your car at bookfor2.com.
Okay, spoiler shield up. This episode covers Blood of Hercules, and Jasmine Mass gave us a full content warning, which we are passing on. Reading quote. This is a story of dark romance and darker obsession. Please note that it contains themes that may be triggering for some readers. There is violence, depictions of murder, stalking, suicidal thoughts, bullying, explicit language, and betrayal. For a full list, please see the author's website, jasminemassbooks.com. It's a slow burn, but there are open door scenes. Please take care of yourself. If any of these aren't your jam, now's your chance to tap out. All right, warnings dropped. Tea is hot. Chaos unlocked.
All right, let's dive into episode 35, chapters 14 through 17 of Blood of Hercules by Jasmine Mass.
Let's turn the page. Alliances, chapter 14. Alexis.
2 more weeks of torture, 1 accidental alliance, and a hydration policy that makes OSHA cry.
All the initiates are still reeling over the fact that they've got to stay another 2 weeks. 2 whole weeks.
Boo!
Augustus, ever the ray of sunshine, tells them, suck it off. End of summer means the worst part of the Crucible is almost over, so they might as well power through it. Iron Man it, if you will. By fall, he says, they'll get to visit the cute but deadly animals and hang out with the sirens, at the symposium. That was a hard pass for Alexis until Augustus mentioned food, and then she became team sex workers are people too.
Sex workers are people too.
Sex workers are people too.
Sex workers are... Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Augustus also informs them that he got them out of circuit training with Cleandro, and they were allowed 5 hours of study. And to sweeten the deal, something just as good as a pizza party. A sip of water for everyone.
Delightful.
And when she tried to make it to the library, she passed out from exhaustion, and Augustus had to carry her. While she was in and out, she could hear him mention something about dishonor, legacy, and lies. And when she finally comes to the library, spread eagle, might I add, in front of the hearth, nice. Literally what she says.
I know, it's so great.
When she got herself situated, McFly, hey McFly. Yes, Biff? It was Titus with his usual lame burns.
Ugh. Drex definitely noticed her, but Alexis didn't notice that he noticed, or maybe she just didn't care. So Nyx, of course, has to tell her, hey, he's trying to talk to you. Cue full body, oh no, reactions as Alexis pretends she didn't hear him. She's got total trauma response happening here. But Drex just wants to form an alliance. He'll help with the bullies in the circuit if she'll help him with math.
That sounds fair.
I get that. I need help with math. Honestly, she's probably freaked out because he's clearly the lost Broody Bunch member, right? She knows he's Thonic. And then Titus, resident incel, gets mad that she's ignoring him and starts getting louder. Nyx offers to take him out, and frankly, I think Alexis should have let her.
Facts.
But exhaustion wins, and she's out cold, only to wake up to General Cleandro and Professor Pine standing over her.
It became evident that Demetrios was gone.
Uh-oh.
Perfect opportunity for Titus to start in with his Doyle rules bullshit. However, now he's pulling hair and getting more aggressive with his taunts. We'll keep an eye on that. Fast forward a few days, and Leo is asleep now. And paging Dr. Death, Cleandro hits that black box, and boom, Fox, heir of Athena, pops in with his beautiful Phoenix companion. Yes, a fucking Phoenix. I only have 2 tattooed on my body.
Yeah, you're not excited about that at all.
0. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is circuit time. And based on the way Fox treats Leo and Vorex treated Alexander, I wonder if all mentors treat their initiates like shit. No? Yeah, this must be like the Spartan way.
As they're climbing the mountain, they hear a Titan. It's italicized, capital T Titan, which basically means, we're going to keep a note on that too. Drex assures Alexis, hey, it's far off, and she wishes he would go far off, or better yet, just fuck off. But no, instead, he grabs her toga and helps her anyways. And of course, Titus decides it's bullying o'clock again, pulling her hair again like it's kindergarten. Incels really never grow up. Alexis wants to stick up for herself, but she can't, not yet. And that's when she realizes she's probably going to need Drex's help. Luckily, something distracts everyone. Unluckily, that something is Kharon.
Yes.
Michael Myersing the shit out of her.
Hell yeah.
Dude, stop staring. You're making it obvious, which I think is maybe the point. At least the swim wasn't too bad, so small wins.
Very small wins, yes.
Small.
Now, back in the library, her and Drex were crying at a table. And again, this Chad won't fucking stop messing with her. She tried to ignore it, but then he, touched her.
No.
She had enough then. Boom! Beautiful punch. However, he fights back. Just gonna run through some highlights with the fight real quick. Okay. Alexis breaks Titus's nose.
Beautiful.
After her nose is broken, of course. Drex helps with Leo and Alexander before Alexis goes full WWE Mick Foley and smashes Alexander with a chair.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Now, while this is happening, she did see a darkness outside a door that felt like someone was watching her. I always feel like somebody's watching me. The entire library went still. Anyway.
And butts puckered.
And butts did pucker. Oh, I should have sang that part.
You
Damn. Oh, missed opportunity.
I was like, why are you singing?
And butts puckered. There we go.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, never thought I'd sing butts puckered on our podcast until just now.
Or seeing those words, maybe. No, you'd probably do that. No.
Oh, I do it all the time thinking about you, so that's totally fine.
My God.
Yeah, but then to add insult to injury, just like I'm doing, Alexis vomits on poor passed out, I shouldn't say poor, on douchebag passed out Alexander. Hilarious.
He had it coming.
Fuck yeah.
General Cleandro and Augustus chose that time to walk in, of course, completely befuddled by whatever chaos is just happening in front of them. Cleandro's, hey, listen, if anybody's been fighting, you're going to run the circuit until your feet are nubs. Surprisingly, Titus lies, probably because he'd have to admit getting his ass handed to him by a girl also. And then once Cleandro leaves, Augustus turns to Alexis with that we need to talk energy. And he asks why she's putting herself in danger. And she's confused. But then he drops direct quote, I swear. Broody Bunch are extremely rare and important. Act like it. Okay, it's not a direct quote, but it feels like it's one. Basically, it feels like he's saying, hey, you're one of us.
Right?
That's how I read that. And once again, she's, it's because Dumb and Dumber need to become generals. Okay. And she plays along again, like she totally gets it, because that's what she assumes it means.
After he warns her to stay out of trouble, he leaves. Nyx takes this opportunity to get her all hot and bothered, saying, hey, there's some tension there. Then she mentions Alexis dying a virgin would be a disgrace to her family honor. Whose family? Their found family or her biological family? While Nyx is giving her shit about Augustus devouring her, Drex is wondering why Augustus was talking to her in the first place.
She tells Drex it's just because her mentors are broody bunch too. Alexis realizes that Drex is not like the other guys though, so she decides to take a chance on this cult alliance. It's important to find people you actually connect with, and for her, for right now, here, Drex will do. And maybe there's a little bit of hope, so she's feeling. Who are we kidding?
I know we're going to get to our big takeaways, but I forgot one.
Yeah.
Well, it's fresh in our minds.
Yeah, what is it?
Because words matter, right?
Yes.
When she does say family honor, do you think she's talking about their found family, like her, Charlie, and Alexis, or do you think biological family when she's making fun of her saying dying of virgin would be a disgrace to our family honor? You know, which family?
I assumed that she meant her and Alexis is what I assumed. Just
Okay.
because you know how Nyx is always hypersexual about everything.
Yeah.
That's what I assumed that
Okay,
it meant,
so
so I
you're-
didn't read further into
So
that.
you don't think there's any undertones?
No, but I will keep that in the back of my mind
Okay,
because
so
of
we'll
how
watch
it was
it.
worded. Yeah,
Okay,
watch
we'll
that
make sure we
one.
watch that one.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Okay, so what is our first big takeaway?
So Drex saved her multiple times and wants to form the alliance that she's clearly okay with now.
Yes.
She's wary of the people due to her past, and that makes sense.
It makes total sense. But Drex is also very smart because he noticed that she is also different because obviously he doesn't know that she's chthonic yet, but he notices she's different. Everyone's picking on her, and he doesn't want to show the Olympians who he is. So she also saw what I am.
And they're both abandoned mutts, so abandoned mutts got to
they have
stick
something
together.
But what I do like at the end is that she has accepted him, and it does give her a little bit of hope. Even though
Yes.
the joke at the end is, she's like, who am I kidding?
Yeah.
It's just nice to see her have some hope because she hasn't had any real hope since she met Charlie
Yes.
and Nyx.
This
so.
is like the first little spark. She had that maybe a hot second of, oh my God, I'm a Spartan and I don't have to live in this hellhole, only to be thrown into the
a bigger
initiation
hellhole,
massacre.
another
Like,
hellhole. Yeah, Jesus.
oh, this poor girl.
Yeah, speaking of, they're down to 7 now because Demetrios never returned.
Okay, down to 7.
So Cleandro is clipping these. So that's
They're
the
at
thing
least
with them.
going somewhere or being turned into Titans, maybe. I don't know.
They're not immortal, so he could be just. Psh.
Could be. Yeah.
Again, Alexa said it herself. The Spartan world makes no sense, so they
But-
could just be offing them.
If their numbers are so dwindled, why would they get rid of them?
But you also got to think if the author is thinking about actual Spartan lore and stuff like
Yeah,
that
only
she
the
has studied. Yeah,
strongest
only the
and-
strongest survive. The Spartans only want the best of the best, and that's
Yeah.
just how it was.
Wasn't that the premise of the 300?
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
so-
yeah, because you had that one guy who was deformed, and he was able to live, and he wanted to prove his worth, and then they still didn't accept him, which is why he went and fought for the bad guys.
All right, so let's also talk about another big takeaway is Augustus thinks that she is lying about who she is, and he is very upset about that. Stop lying about who you are, and she doesn't understand that.
Yes, and this is one of the big frustrations for people that read this book because we can tell from right here, he definitely said to her face, he's almost telling her that you are chthonic, you are one of us. And she's just not getting it because she thinks that he's talking about the Crimson Duo, and it's just miscommunication. And we as readers are like, you fucking dummies, just ask, what are you talking about? Just one of you just ask that simple question, what are you talking about? And it's that
I
simple.
do feel like she did say, "What do you mean?" once or twice to either Patro or Augustus, and they cut her off at the knees, and so then she just thinks it in her head now.
But again, what I
they
think,
cut her off.
But again, what I think is brilliant by the author is 2 chapters later. I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves,
Yeah.
but she does say they are cryptic. So she again metas everything in there. Because we're supposed to be angry. That's the whole joke. We're supposed to be like
Frustrated.
fucking talk to each other.
Yes, frustrated at the lack of communication. Yes.
That is the joke of the book. Because all this dumb shit is happening because of simple miscommunication. That's
Yeah.
the joke.
Well, let's talk about the not joke part of this big takeaway, which
Oh,
is
fucking
Alexis
Titus.
finally standing up for herself for all that bullying and just letting them
Oh.
have it.
Dude, that was just all pent up. I love it because she went ham. She broke fucking dude's nose and then grabbed a chair and Mick Foley'd his ass and knocked him out.
That's what he gets for touching her.
And then vomited
She
on
said,
him.
"Let go," and he said, "Make me," and so she did.
I'm curious, had Drex not stepped in, I wonder how she would have handled the both of them. I think she probably could have with the rage she was feeling. I think she could have handled Leo and Alexander without Drex stepping in. But it was nicely stepped in because it shows that he's willing to take one for the team and shit.
That was definitely a notch
Yeah.
in the good guy. Okay, he's trustworthy.
Well, without him stepping in.
He is who he says he is.
Yeah. Without him stepping in, there's no alliance.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, that was exactly what he said he was going to do, is help protect against them. Yeah.
All right, we got a couple tinfoil hats. So it's tinfoil hat time.
Well, let's talk about Drex still. What is his ability? Do we know?
I don't remember from the massacre. I just remember her saying she could see some chthonic shit. His eyes turned color, like chthonic color. I remember that. But I remember something about him just easily wiping people out.
He had his hand up or something, or pointed at them. So we don't know his ability.
We don't.
Okay.
However, I am curious because when they were out running in this last circuit, remember they heard a Titan, right?
Yeah.
But the Titan was italicized, and you only italicize something when you are trying to say a Titan was heard. Like, you're not sure, basically. Someone says it was a Titan, but you're not sure. That's why it was italicized. Because if it was a no shit Titan, it would just be capitalized Titan. Instead of italicized, there was a Titan out there. Huh. And it was weird that only Drex was like, oh, he's not that far away. We got this. He just seemed very calm about it.
Interesting. Okay, so
we'll have to
keep we're keeping an eye on Drex. Got it.
Yeah.
All right. Now that we're talking about abilities, let's talk about what rare abilities Augustus was talking about.
Yes.
He was staring directly into what I will assume is Alexis's soul when he's like, people with rare abilities. He clearly knows what her abilities are. We don't know what her abilities are. Do you know what her abilities are?
I don't know what her abilities are.
I don't either. Come on, Augustus. I would also like to know what her abilities are.
Do you think he knows exactly what her ability is, or do you think he just knows she's chthonic and that's why she has a rare ability?
I don't know. Someone with rare abilities, I don't know.
Because could just be because she's chthonic. Obviously, he knows she's chthonic.
Yeah.
I don't know either, man.
Oh, man.
I don't know, man. That's why it's a tinfoil hat, man.
It is. That's perfect.
Okay, nice.
Perfect for a tinfoil.
All right, you ready for our quote of the chapter?
Oh, my God.
You want to read it?
Oh, yes, please.
Go for it. I'll set the scene for you. This is after Alexis had just got done beating the shit out of the bullies. And then Nyx wakes up.
Who? That's my girl. I'm so proud right now. This is the best day of my life. I knew you had it in you, bestie. Pussy power. Crush the patriarchy. Don't stop now. Murder them all. Kill everyone in this room.
I don't know why, but I'm turned on right now. Oh. I very am much. Yeah, what?
Well,
I can't even talk.
Better hurry up with the end of this chapter then.
Yeah, that was a funny ass quote.
Absolutely epic.
Best
one.
She just wakes up. She's like, fucking finally you did some shit.
Oh, all right. So what's your pick of this chapter?
My favorite pick is her just adding insult to injury and puking on Alexander while he's passed out. I know she didn't do it on purpose, but it's just absolutely hilarious. It's just an Alexis thing that would happen because she was dizzy the whole time she was fighting anyway from being exhausted. And then her body just had enough and she just vomits on the guy she broke a chair over. It's perfect.
And to be fair, she hasn't really wanted to fight. She's not wanted to fight any of this time at all.
She's left the fuck alone.
So now she's had to do this, and now my pick for this chapter is, at this time in my life, I could not handle cult life.
I do love that. But then she does say that she is going to join his cult at the end.
Alliance.
Yes.
Alliance, not a cult. As long as it's not a cult.
Yeah,
as long as it's not a cult.
But then doesn't she say it is a cult? But
she said none of that cult shit.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Oh, and we did get one character call out this chapter too. We learned about Fox.
Yes.
Tell us about him.
So he is the heir to the House of Athena. He is also Leo's mentor. He has dark hair, and his animal protector is one of my favorite mythical animals of all time, a phoenix.
Phoenix.
Woo!
Gorgeous.
I was wondering if we were going to get phoenix representation, and we did.
Heck yeah.
So happy. Okay. Are you ready to turn the page?
I am. Let's go.
Obsession. Chapter 15. Augustus.
A lecture, a lust crisis, and a light case of facial bleeding. Just another day in the broody bunch.
Now, we get another professor's POV. Augustus. His point of view is a little less murdery than Kharon's. We start with him walking in the library, basically stumbling into WWE's WrestleMania 100. And shocker, he's not happy with Alexis again. Even less happy when he finds out someone punched her. Uh-oh for that person, Titus. And I 1,000,000,000,100% agree with this line, by the way. Men who hurt women don't deserve to live. Augustus, I'm right there with you, brother. Yeah. And that's why he didn't want her in the Crucible in the first place. That, and he feels it's on him to protect the Broody Bunch line since there are so few left.
And this right here is what's got Augustus all in a tizzy. He thinks she joined the Crucible on purpose, like she had some big agenda. Honestly, his stance on women, it's not that he thinks they're not as tough as men, it's that he thinks they shouldn't have to be. Even though he's furious at Alexis for risking herself, he's actually impressed with the can of whoop-ass that she handed out. But she's a total conundrum to him. She's like the song Alkaline by Sleep Token. Neither acid nor alkaline. She's an undiscovered element. Great lines in that song.
Very poetic.
By the way.
Very poetic.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Back to being mad. Because apparently that's his baseline. He decides she's clearly here to make a statement. Oh, brother, how wrong thou art about fair Alexis.
Oh, time out. Did you slide in there a caramel line? Because that's apparently his baseline. I cry into the baseline. I'm smelling what you're stepping in. I'll stick to you like caramel. That's right. Now, he's frustrated that Cleandro didn't punish her, but when he saw her relief, he also knew something else. The same pain that he carries. From what he sees, he thinks Alexis had an easy upbringing. For someone who's supposed to be my favorite, he's losing points fast with statements like that, by the way.
Yeah.
Sounds like he wants to pull a Tamlin and keep her, which we'll talk about later. And every woman under his care safe, whether they like it or not. Sounds familiar. And what we didn't know this last chapter was that Augustus was getting turned on while scolding Alexis, which he thought was inappropriate. At least he thought that.
At least Augustus deals with stress better than Kharon. Instead of murder, he goes for a run to calm down. So, yeah, he literally runs the circuit to chill out before murdering the boys in the library. That's growth, right?
Nice.
Unfortunately for those boys, Augustus couldn't just let it go. He found Titus and Alexander and used his powers on them. It's hard for him to get into the minds of other Broody Bunch members, but the Partridge family? Absolute pussies.
Nice.
So it was super easy to dig around in there and warn them not to fuck with Alexis or any other woman again. Whatever he did, though, it made them start bleeding from their face holes. And that was apparently him barely using his powers.
I think he got the point across. After dealing with them, he teleported home. Damas, if you will. Except he didn't land where he thought he would. Holy shit, did he just pop up next to Alexis in Charlie's old home? He doesn't recognize where he is, but it's close enough to the hunting grounds that it'll do. He's still so pissed that he finally decides, yeah, he's going to agree with Kharon's plan. Okay.
Wow.
So
There's
first,
some, oh my God.
our big takeaways.
Yeah. Augustus is not the great dude. He's a mind breaker.
We'll break down Augustus.
Yeah.
So let's start with his powers.
Okay. His powers are to break minds or to instill his will, because he essentially tells them, you will not. And then their face holes start bleeding.
It sounds like he's a telepath.
Okay.
Because remember, Alexis was at first 90, then she was down to 10% sure that he could read minds. And he's always looking at her. So I'm wondering, he can get into minds and talk. So I'm wondering if he can also hear minds if he's concentrating.
Ooh, so you think it might be more than just breaking of the minds?
Yeah, not just Professor Augustus, Professor X. He's like Professor X. Yeah, he's a professor, both professors. Look at that.
If he concentrates, he can, actually hear the thoughts. Oh my God.
Yeah, and if you remember how powerful Professor X was,
Yes.
he can melt minds as well. Pretty much everybody on the planet.
Oh gosh.
Because he was Omega level. It sounds like these Broody Bunch are Omega level mutants if they were in the X-Men world, if you will.
That was good.
All right, so we are going to break down what we think is good and bad about Augustus. So he is for the women. In a way, he's a feminist. Kind of.
He's very protective
complicated.
of the Spartan women, and
Yes.
I understand that because of their low numbers.
If we're going to put our honest hats on real quick, women are a little bit physically less imposing than men, I guess. More frail when it comes to, because we're stronger, like biologically. You know what I'm saying? So he's worried about that as well, because he says Helen and women are delicate. That's the word I was looking for. He thinks women are more delicate, which is why he feels he has to protect them as well. Not just low numbers, too.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't like violence against women.
The physicality, literally, men are stronger than women. It's
Yes.
it just is.
And obviously, I don't like violence against women. Any good man doesn't like violence against women.
Mhm.
And I think this kind of parallels the whole should women be in special forces thing. This is almost the same argument right here.
It really is.
Because he is actually on the opposite side, where he would think that women should not be Army Rangers, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
And that is a very interesting take because I feel like if that's what you want to do and you can meet the standards that have been set, then why not?
Yes.
So that makes me very not uncomfortable with his stance, but I also can put myself in his shoes, like we were talking about with the empathy thing. Like they have low numbers.
Yes.
So this is essentially their species could die.
But is that not the same thought process that happened in Handmaid's Tale? Because they had low birth rates, which is what we have right now. 2025 is the lowest birth rate that we have ever had. So
But they're not forcing them to have
not
children.
Not yet. But what is scary is what he said, though. And that is how it started in Handmaid's Tale. It didn't just start right away. It all starts with a thought. And his thought is that women should not be in the crucible, even though they have a choice. He does not believe they should be in there. They should be protected at all costs. That is taking away a woman's freedom. And that is because, yes, he's doing it for the right reasons, which is how they start in Handmaid's Tale. They're like, we're doing this for the right reasons because we need to get the numbers up and blah, 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 blah. It's
But the
always
women
for
still
the
have
right.
to have a choice.
Exactly. It's always for the right reason. And that's why I called him Tamlin coded. So we'll just jump down to my pick real quick.
Yeah.
Is because it's the exact same thought process as Tamlin before, because you and I are going through the narration. What is it called again?
The dramatized.
Yeah, dramatized narration.
Yep.
And we're just on Akatar right now, and we're paying very close attention to words being said. And Tamlin specifically said he is all about freedom for all. No matter what, he will fight and die for people's freedoms. And something like what happened under the mountain could change him because he sees his woman that he loves dies. So he is holding her hostage, quote unquote, to protect her. And that's how Augustus feels. That's what he wants to do with women. He's not doing it, but the thought is there, and that can be scary.
Yeah. The thought can be there. You can think that all you want.
Yeah.
Essentially telling her, stop putting yourself in danger.
Yeah.
You're putting yourself in unnecessary danger. What are you doing?
Yes. Now, I'm not saying, again, I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm not saying what he's thinking is wrong. I'm just saying it can be dangerous. Like he's basically walking a very thin tightrope where if he can go to one side and be like, I'm going to keep them hostage to protect them, or he could be like, you know what? I'm just going to try to go out there, teach men how to protect women, which is what we should be doing. That's how you save these women. That's how you let them keep their freedom of choice while also still protect them, is teaching men not to be fucking assholes. And I think that's the whole point of this is, look, women should have the choice, but it's hard because men treat them as lessers.
Yes.
So it's up to us men, not the women, to teach men, especially young boys and everything, which is what we try to do with our son, the right way to treat women, that they are equals.
Yes, equals.
So
there are not woman things and man things.
Yeah, but there is still the primal nature, which is what I get with Augustus, to want to protect women.
Yes.
Totally get that. So there's nothing wrong with that at all. At all. Yep. You will always have your choice, but when it comes down to it, I will always protect you first. So that's it.
That got deep.
Deep diving.
Yeah.
Deep diving.
Yeah, that was good. Woo. That was fabulous.
That's why I like these POVs of these characters, because now we get to see the inner workings of Kharon and Augustus, and I hope we get a Patro point of view, which I know we do.
I mean, I feel like he went in and out of his thoughts about her, even within that. He was proud of her for sticking up for herself, mad at her for sticking up for herself. Like, oh, she did. So it's this, I want to protect you, but I'm so proud of you for the thing that you did. And so he's battling with his own thoughts.
I think you hit the nail on the head right there, because that's what a lot of men, most men deal with, that where they're like, I do want women to have that freedom and that choice, but I also want to protect them. And they're just, I'm so proud that she took care of herself. At the same time, she could have got herself hurt. And it's the same thing like we are with like you. Like if you took a Krav Maga or something like that, learn how to fight, and then you came home and let's say some guy tried to rob you or SA you and you beat their fucking ass, I would still be proud, but I understand where he's at. He's just so hyped up right now, but he's like, you could have gotten hurt, blah, 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 blah. Why didn't you call me? Why didn't you let me know? So as a man, I do get that point.
Yes.
You know,
I understand. I get
it's just
it.
our protective nature, that especially when we care about someone and love someone. Obviously, he has feelings in his pants for her.
Yes. Yes. He's Yeah, hot for the damage that she caused at the very least.
But I also do like how he calls himself out. But I'm so much older than she is. So I do like how he is self-reflecting, at least.
Yes.
Yeah. But
all right.
He's an adult. She's an adult.
Yeah, they're both adults.
Whatever. She's smart. That's all Spartans have high intelligence, right? So they should be able to take care of themselves.
Yeah, supposedly.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should all be able to. According to her, not necessarily. But yes. All right, let's talk about this tinfoil hat, though.
Oh, tinfoil hat time. Hit me with it.
So he leapt to Alexis and Charlie's home, right?
That's what it sounds like.
Based on the description, that was their house.
So can you give us the description?
Domus, I'm going to start with this. I whispered and pictured the feeling of home. The world exploded in smoke. I leaped away. Narrowing my eyes with confusion, I looked around the quiet forest. A tarp was strewn across branches in a purposeful pattern. And he thought to himself, I didn't mean to leap here. Shrugging, I turned and stalked through the trees. It would do. Jumping over the barbed wire fence of a protected zone, I ventured further into the woods searching for my prey. He knew exactly where he was because he shrugged, turned around, and stalked over exactly to where he wanted to go.
You think that he has been there before. Read the part again where he decides to walk through the forest.
Shrugging, I turned and stalked through the trees. It would do. Jumping over the barbed wire fence of a protected zone, I ventured further into the woods searching for my prey.
Keep going.
Kronos, I was so fucking angry. Alexis Hert is going to be the death of me. Kharon was right. His plan was the only acceptable path forward.
All right, you're good. You're good. You're good. Yeah. So
Like,
he definitely knows where he's at.
He knows
Because how else
exactly
would
where
he
he is.
know that's Alexis unless he just
Wait, what?
unless he just assumed that wherever he was taken is Alexis automatically because he's been thinking about her nonstop. Because he just doesn't recognize where he's at. Because he even says, "I don't recognize this," at first. And
No, he said, I didn't mean to leap here.
okay, yeah,
I didn't mean to leap here. He didn't look around confused.
huh?
He did. Narrowing my eyes with confusion, I didn't mean to leap here. Shrugging, I turned and stalked through the trees. So he shrugged and knew exactly where to turn from there to get to Titans.
So you think he's definitely been there?
I don't.
It's possible because someone's been watching her shadows and all that shit.
Yeah.
I don't
I don't know, but I'm keeping an eye on that. I didn't mean to leap here.
know. Yeah.
Because it seemed very okay. Anyways,
Mhm. All right, we're gonna jump down to quote of the book:
yes.
"Men who hurt women don't deserve to live."
Yep.
Agreed.
Agreed.
All right, we did my pick.
No.
What is your pick?
He recognizes that life hurt her, but still thinks she's trying to manipulate them.
That goes back to his back and forth teeter-tottering of her.
Yeah. And then earlier, Patro was like, oh, she's not lying about having a hard life. And they're like, whatever, we've all had a hard life. They just completely glossed over it. That's at least twice that I can think of where they're, oh, wow. Oh, never mind. She's just trying to manipulate us.
Garbage. Absolute garbage.
Absolute garbage.
Yeah, we do have one little trope call out. It's the old touch her and die
Yes.
to Titus and his
Alexander,
cronies.
yes.
Yeah.
Touch her and die. All right.
Mm-mm-mm.
That was exciting.
That was.
Fun to get into Augustus's POV now.
Yes, so we just got to get into Patro's head. I think you can still pull off getting into Achilles' head. He may not say anything out loud, but you can get into his thoughts, I would imagine.
I would like to. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I want to know what he thinks.
Yeah. I wonder if he'll do that. I hope so.
I hope so,
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All right, you ready to turn the page?
I am. Let's go. Haunted, Chapter 16. Alexis.
Mentors, migraines, and the men who confuse power trips with flirting.
You can always tell it's a mentor chapter by the first line.
Why is your nose hanging off your face?
Ah, yes. Only Sweetums Patro would ask that so eloquently. When she wakes up, she's no longer in the library. She's back at the Crimson Duo's place. Score! But Patro and Achilles are in full judgment mode. Alexis notices death tattooed across Achilles' knuckles. Subtle. Patro demands an explanation for why she looks like shit. Her answer is epic. Collapse on the floor and cough blood on them. That's not a bad tactic.
And then to make things worse, boom, Kharon's home.
Ooh.
He's got a tattoo too. Furia across his neck.
Mm.
Apparently, he showed up to talk about what happened to Alexis in the library at the Crucible. He warned her not to harm herself, and Alexis thinks he's mad about the duo, just like Augustus. Then Kharon flexes his power, and Alexis hears those two voices again. The duo doesn't know what's going on and asks in a very Patro kind of way, the kind that makes the scar on her sternum start to twinge.
While Patro's lecturing her about messing with trained mutts, Alexis flashes back to being a kid. How fast her face used to heal. She never thought much of it, probably because she was too busy trying to survive. And then Kharon walks towards her, and unfortunately, her eyes go straight to his thigh crotch area. Thanks, 19-year-old hormones. So she looks up, trying to refocus his shirt. There's some rare blue diamonds there. These fuckers are richy rich. Anywho, all the while, he's telling the duo what happened, puke and all, as he inches closer. And Patro actually looks impressed. Her focus is solely, though, on how close Kharon gets. She's convinced she's about to die. But instead, he fixes her broken nose. Ow. And, aw.
Right?
Aw.
And when that happens, something inside her wakes up. His eyes go crimson, and the emotion radiating off of him, obsession. She tells Kharon not to touch her, so of course he immediately drops her, as you wish. Then he tells her to get the fuck up. He also says he knows who she is, and when she tries to say, I'm Alexis Hert, he gets pissed. Broody bunch of people really are allergic to straight answers, aren't they?
They really are.
They sit in awkward silence until Kharon decides he needs a one-on-one chat with Alexis.
And just like Augustus, Karen's all up in her shit, accusing her of playing some kind of game. And then she calls him Kharon, like we do. And he makes her say his name correctly, which, yeah, you know what? I'm not doing that unless he does what he did to her, to me, and then...
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was terrifying or hot.
It was hot.
Agreed.
Anyway, he's clearly impressed by the ass whooping that she handed out, but he warns her again, don't put yourself in harm's way. And then he just leaves. Alexis is appropriately terrified. Nyx, however, thinks Hannibal Lecter would make the perfect mate. He's driven and relentless in a Michael Myers sort of way. If that's your thing, that's your thing.
But how did he find out about the library so fast? How did all of Sparta, for that matter? Alexis feels like she's imploding. She realizes the Crucible is a mental game, and she's determined to win it. After some much-needed self-care, she tells Nyx at bedtime that she's grateful for her every day. Aww. Such a sweet moment.
It was.
Until the nightmares return. Bloody eyes watching her. Okay, which broody bunch creep is stalking her now? This has got to count as invasion of privacy, people. She's finally starting to enjoy herself on the island until the following morning, Spartan chasers show up. The world's version of paparazzi.
And Patro and Achilles both agree. These guys need to disappear. They don't want to pack up and move again. And then Kharon steps in. And Alexis has to lie. No, the chasers weren't taking pictures of me. She just didn't want them to die. Too bad. He pulls out one of his guns, WSDL, engraved on the side, and poof. And
real quick.
What?
You know what that would remind me of?
What?
Okay, I think it's either Snatch or Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. So whenever the gangster dude pulls out the Desert Eagle 5.0, it does a close-up, it's like, dun, 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 spells out the Desert Eagle 5.0, would do the thing with the WS, like pull out the gun.
Yeah,
like
it would have to.
Dude, Guy Ritchie could totally do this one.
Did you already mention him before?
Guy Ritchie?
Yeah.
We could definitely do that with our fan casting.
Okay.
No one ever does director. Like, who would they prefer to direct it? Like, what style direction?
Ooh.
There's some that could be like Wes Anderson directed.
Mm-hmm.
If Stanley Kubrick was alive, that'd be cool. Because they don't have to be alive. Just be like, what style would fit the book?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Anywhere.
Back to this. She asked the Crimson Duo what the acronym means and why Warren Sex specifically for them. But plot twist, they were never Warren Sex.
What?
Yeah. So DNL stands for death and lies.
Oh.
So Achilles is death, and
Okay.
Patro's hand says liar.
And that makes sense because you said that you thought his power was making people tell the truth or getting the truth when you touch them.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Before she can even ask what W and S stand for, they hear gunshots. Kharon made sure no one else knew the location before doing what he does best, feeding his trauma. And when he comes back, he does this psychotic little gesture that grosses Alexis out, but totally turns Nyx on. He does, however, come back with a limp. Back with, or is this the first time that she's noticing?
Good question. After Kharon disappears, Alexis tries to sleep but keeps hearing creaks and seeing shadows in her room. She goes to investigate and spots figures moving on the deck below. One in a rocking chair, the source of the noise. Person in the chair, Achilles. The other, Patro, doing his best impression of a Hoover vacuum cleaner, if you will.
Oh my God.
Just a little bit messy at the end.
Anywho. So their relationship is an actual relationship.
Aw.
They even cuddle afterwards. They say, I love you. Sign, maybe. Alexis is confused about what she just witnessed, which is the understatement of the year. But then she says something that's going to haunt her forever.
Uh-oh.
Nix, I think I know what you mean about the violence being romantic and about the devotion. And that night, the dream returns. 2 skeletons and one more person this time. Charlie, shivering in a cardboard box, begging for Alexis to come home. Girl can't even catch a break in her own damn dreams.
That's right. Okay. Probably the biggest takeaway from this is, once again, miscommunication because she's chthonic. They know she's chthonic, but she doesn't know she's chthonic. They're not telling her she's chthonic. They're just beating around the goddamn bush. I don't know what they're doing.
I don't know why they don't just say it.
And apparently Kharon knows who she truly is. Why don't he just say her true name?
We don't even know who she truly is.
But is that what he meant by it? Because then why don't you just say her true name? Be like, yeah, you're blah, blah, blah.
I don't know. I'm Alexis Hert. Stop lying. And she's like, shit.
I know. And again, we're supposed to be frustrated.
Yes,
Supposed to
we
feel
are
this way.
frustrated.
But
well done.
we're supposed to.
I know. I love it.
Now, we do
All
have a
right.
shit ton of tinfoil hats for this one. So,
Yes,
tinfoil
yes,
hat
yes.
time.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead with the first one.
All right. The shadows are Kharon and the voices are the hounds. So the skeletons that she keeps seeing in her dreams and nightmares are the hounds, maybe?
So, that was what I was thinking.
The 2 voices whispering?
Could be. But here's the thing. So, in this last vision that she got right before the chapter ends, she sees Charlie shivering in a cardboard box, begging for Alexis to come home. And the last chapter was Augustus traveling to home, which he thinks is Alexis's home. You think it's where Charlie's at. So I'm wondering if somehow, it might not make sense, and it might, that somehow Augustus and Kharon are connected telepathically, and maybe he's able to show visions. Because I know he's Shadow. Kharon has to be Shadow. He has to be the Shadow. He's the one that touches her.
So do you think that's what the S stands for? Shadow?
I think. That's my guess. Maybe the W is Wrath.
Ooh.
Because the way he was fucking with the kids' minds, maybe.
Will? What if it's will?
Oh,
What if
will.
he could bend your will?
Yeah, bend your
will and what did we just say?
will. Death,
Will,
and lies.
shadow.
Will just doesn't sound fun.
Well, I couldn't think of any other
yeah, no,
word to-
wrath or
Like wrath sounds cool, but that doesn't have
Yeah.
anything to do with altering someone's will, which is what he's doing. Maybe there's another word for it that I just can't think
wraith,
of right
because a wraith is shadowy, so maybe the S is something else.
now. Ooh, what if
Well,
it is
Furia means fury, right?
Yeah, anger, wrath,
Wrath.
which makes sense. Okay.
Okay, so Karen's wrath.
Yes. Okay. So does Augustus? We haven't seen a tattoo on.
He's got to
Augustus.
have one. They all do.
Okay, but we haven't
Guarantee he's
seen
got
one
one.
yet.
Okay, so if we're gonna go with that, because remember
Ah.
we totally forgot about the tattoo
Patros.
on Patros, which
Yeah.
was what again?
liar.
Liar. So that should have given us truth, lies, and then
Yeah.
death is obviously death. So if he has
So wrath,
Wrath.
sounds good.
Yes.
Okay, and then
S, shadow, well, or no,
all right.
yeah,
Oh.
we're gonna have to wait.
Yeah,
Damn it.
I'm excited. Okay.
I'm still gonna go with shadow, maybe.
S. That's
Yeah.
the S that we keep hearing about is shadow. So.
Yeah, we see shadows a lot, so we're gonna go with that one.
Hmm.
Okay,
All right.
so what is quote of the chapter?
I feel like the quote of the chapter is the first line of the chapter. Why is your nose hanging off your face? That's clearly the best line of this chapter.
And I love it because I feel the authors exactly whose chapter this is
Yep.
with this one
You know
sentence.
where she is immediately just by the first sentence
Yeah,
of the
And
chapter.
I'm sure. I think she did too. She was like, "Yep,
Yeah.
okay, we're home."
Yes. I love it. All right. What's your pick for this chapter?
Okay, so my pick, and this is so funny because I watch a lot of things about tattoos because we have tattoos, and I always watch on TikTok like what
What this tattoo means
brand-
if you
yeah.
have this.
And a lot of times, guys with skeleton tattoos are supposed to be not well in the head.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I like this pick. So she said, "I will not be gaslit by a man with a skeleton tattoo."
Oh gosh,
Talking
that's
about Kharon.
perfect.
It was funny.
Oh, that's good.
All right,
I'll
what's
not be
yours?
gaslit. I actually have several, and I probably could have moved these up to tinfoil hat. But all right, my first one is the rope attached to a spike in the dirt.
Mhm.
Was this a repeat punishment? Is that what all the scars on her wrists are from?
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
And why didn't they heal like her nose? So she said her nose healed perfectly every time. But she was talking about the spike in the dirt.
So are you thinking she was bait for something?
Either bait or she was chained up outside
Animal
like a dog repeatedly.
Yeah.
But why didn't it heal? So anyways, that's that one. And then just the gargling her own blood from her bloody nose.
Yeah. That's just Alexis being Alexis.
This was my favorite, and I couldn't not put this in there. This is my top pick. Kharon is counting down, and she thinks that he's counting to kill her. And she goes, "Oh my God, does he want me to count until he kills me? Who does that?" And immediately goes, 2?
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah. 2?
Like assisting in her own countdown to death.
So funny.
She's like, all right, I'll participate.
That was good. I forgot about that.
Oh.
And then we get a actual spicy moment. So not only is this our first spicy moment of this book, but this is honestly our first actual spicy moment that we've had to deep dive on this podcast, because we've had spicy moments in Fourth Wing, but we never really deep dove into them because it was just a review of the book.
Yeah.
So this is our actual deep dive. I was like, what do I say here? So I summed it up, I think. A little
you did a
vacuum,
good job.
little Hoover vacuum cleaner-ish.
Yeah. Alexis gets turned on by both Kharon, and she finds out later that the whole Patro Achilles thing also turned her on.
I was a little shocked. I was a little taken back. Not because of the scene, it was because I did not think that it was going to be that kind of dynamic between those two. I didn't know it was going to be a sexual dynamic. I'm not mad at it.
Oh,
I just was not aware. I just thought it was going to be like a wide choose, like, for her.
So there's been a couple of leanings towards it to where they've been more handsy with each other or standing close to each other, and she has taken notice but didn't think anything of it. And then there's been at least one other time when there was squeaking and noises, and she passed
that's
back out
right.
again.
That's right. I forgot about all that. That's what that was. Oh,
I knew what it was, and I was like, I know what that is.
It's whatever.
So
man.
there's like some random bits that I remember, and I remembered that.
Hey, I ain't mad at love who you want to love. I was just taken aback because I did not think that those two
That would have that dynamic.
Yes, because of the lineage they give us in the book here. If you look at it, it just looks almost like incest. I'm not saying it is, because they're not. But it just looks very close in the family tree. But I also know that she didn't, obviously not every Spartan and creature and everything is in this book. And well, let's take a look here. They're no, okay, they're fine.
They're way far away.
Oh yeah, because one's from the house of Aphrodite with
And
a
one's
human,
house
the
of
other's house
Ares.
Ares with a human.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, how close is their family tree? And then I look, okay, they're far enough away. This is okay. I was just making sure this wasn't like a first cousin thing.
I don't know about this.
Like, I know that the Greeks back in the day were
free loving and all, but I'm not sure that it was this free. It was probably this free, actually.
It might have been, but
We're not trying to perpetuate that.
yeah, and we're not judging.
No.
I was just one incest. That's a little
That's
that
different.
crosses
I'll
the
judge
line.
that.
Yeah, I will definitely judge that. But since we're not there, we're good. We're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about some other tropes, though. We
Okay.
did get one. 2 this time, actually, using a nickname, Carissima.
Yep.
And noticing sense again.
Yeah, more sense. Yeah,
More sense. All the sense.
and her getting turned on.
Yep. Oh, yep. That's that one, too.
Yeah.
All right. So character call out. We got the Achilles hand tattoo is death, and we talked about Patro's hand tattoo is liar.
Yep.
So what we thought were war and sex are actually death and lies. So
Yes, and then we might have guessed Wrath
Yeah,
correctly,
Wrath,
thinking
but
that's Kharon.
S.
We just don't have S now.
yeah, we got to find out what a guest tattoo is.
Oh, but real quick, let's go back to our spicy moment.
Oh, okay.
We totally forgot to even talk about Alexis's point of view, like what she was feeling when she saw all this going on. Because we talked about her being confused, but obviously
I said she was turned on
I know, but this is the first time
and
where
confused by being turned on.
But it's the first time where she felt okay with it. Because she's looked at penises and stuff like that before, but she was never really interested in the sex part. But now I think she's starting to get a lot more turned on with Kharon and all the closeness and the danger. She even says it right here.
The tension.
Well, the quote right here, I know what you mean about the violence being romantic and about the devotion. So she gets it, clicked in her head, because seeing it firsthand with Patro and Achilles, like how romantic that was. And she's, oh, I like that.
So my question is, when she said, little did I know that statement would come to haunt me, do you think the shadows were still listening when she said that out loud?
Yes and no. That's basically the why choose. It's going to come back to haunt her because she's going to have all these men devoted to her.
Do you think that someone was in the shadows in her room?
Yes.
Kharon? We assume that he can do shadows, right?
Someone was touching her ankle. Because we could be wrong about Wrath. It still could be him as Shadow. And we could be getting thrown off by the Furia tattoo. Someone was in the room, 100%. Someone's been in the shadow the whole time. Someone's touching her, and the voices, we're already guessing, are Hell and Hound. So it has to be Kharon.
Yeah, it's got to be Kharon. Okay.
Yeah. And plus, we think that Augustus is with Charlie in his area. So he wouldn't be here anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Yep.
Woo!
All right, one more chapter to go.
Oh my gosh. All right.
You ready to turn the page?
Yes, let's go.
The Menagerie, chapter 17. Alexis.
Starving students, killer creatures, and one very questionable Disney moment. Let's go pet the dog. Trauma.
Hell yeah, it's field trip day. Did everybody bring their packed lunch?
Yeah.
The remaining 7 initiates are following General Cleandro deeper into the mountain to check out the Menagerie. These aren't normal animals. We're talking ancient, genetically engineered murder pets, predators with creature ancestry that'll rip your arm off if you look at them wrong. They've been back a week and a half, and Alexis is over it, ready to find one beast with enough bite to take her off the roster. Sure, she made that whole new positive outlook speech a while back, but that was then, and this is now.
Everyone's starving and moaning as the path gets narrower and darker. And of course, Cleandro drops this gem. There's a beast that'll maul you to death inside the menagerie if you make a loud noise. Noted. Then he pushes open a concealed door, real ominous, and says, "Good luck, see you in 3 hours." Naturally, he has to scream at them to get them moving. But once they step inside, it's wild. There's actually nature inside the mountain. A massive opening at the top letting sunlight pour in. And everywhere the initiates look, there's something moving. Birds, monkey-like creatures, elk-like things. It's a full-blown mythological zoo in there.
Everyone's just standing there, mouths hanging open, taking it all in, slowly spreading out to explore. Poor Alexis, though, feeling like Eve in the world's worst Garden of Eden because it becomes real clear real fast that every creature hates her. Nyx is, of course, super supportive before slithering off and leaving her to it. Birds, aka government surveillance drones, take one look at her and bail. So much for that Disney princess moment. Every animal bolts like she's Maleficent on a bender.
Oh,
Honestly, I'd probably tear up too. I want my Disney princess moment, damn it.
me too. She gives up trying to find an animal companion and starts talking to the local bugs instead. And when you know it, a beetle lands on her hand and bites her hard. She screams. And suddenly it sounds like that beast that Cleandro warned them about just woke up.
Uh-oh.
Whoops. And the sound's getting closer. Birds on the far riverbank take off. The bushes start rustling. And then this monster, except it's not a monster. This is a mangy white dog.
Oh.
And we know she went all white women ain't scared of shit when she feels the need to protect it from the beast that she actually woke up.
Yeah, it's got sharp teeth, but it's mostly bald patches and bad posture.
Oh,
Only ankle high, too. Honestly, who's she to judge? It's the only creature not running from her, so she decides that's progress. Starts trying to earn his trust, talking to it, hyping it up for killing plants, whatever works. Eventually, it's following her around like a weird little stalker. They wander past the others, each already bonding with something majestic. Drex, of course, has a golden toucan.
birds love him.
That's what it sounds like.
Mm.
When she tells him about her puppy, he's skeptical. Understandably, it looks like something that lost a fight with a weed whacker.
She bows out when the toucan starts getting antsy and heads towards the wall. Fluffy Jr., trotting behind her, stick in mouth, the wrong way. She calls out to Nyx, who slithers back up into scarf mode, offering very helpfully to just put the thing out of its misery. Alexis isn't having it, though. Nyx warns her, if she bonds with it, she's going to kill it. And honestly, who else is she supposed to bond with, though? Every other creature fled. Nyx just hisses that it would be better to stay companionless than to wake up next to Lumpy every day.
Just then, the door flies open and Cleandro yells that it's time up, right as a roar echoes through the chamber. Great timing. Alexis starts herding the scruffy little thing out, promising to come back for him later. It's back to class, more tests, more exhaustion. But hey, small wins. No one fails bad enough for a circuit run. And get this, Alexis is the first in her class now. And Drex, he's fourth. Looks like tutoring's paying off.
Augustus starts talking about the symposium. They'll be attending tonight, right after their study session. Then just one more day of class before heading home to see their mentors. They have until dawn to make it back to the academy. If they don't, they're officially defectors, and Augustus himself will hunt them down. Lovely. Everyone hustles out to study for the next 2 hours, except Alexis. She's told to stay behind.
Ooh.
He wants to talk to her about the symposia, how women are typically forbidden from attending, and how Zeus has personally requested to meet her beforehand.
He's basically giving her an out, according to him. It's not a place for a young woman like her. But all Alexis here is free food. So she just shrugs and says it sounds great. Big mistake. That sets Augustus off. He looms over her, trying to drive it home that this world isn't her soft human life. It's dangerous, especially for someone like her, whatever the hell that's supposed to mean.
She started to get real irritated at all his assumptions about her life growing up. Phantom pains flare, her wrists, her sternum, and she finally snaps. Thanks, but no thanks. I don't need your help. And damn, that felt good. Right up until he activated his powers and they slam into her mind like a battering ram. He is actively trying to push his will on her, Rage. The worst part is that it starts to work. And for a second, she starts thinking, maybe she doesn't want to go to the symposium after all. But I like to think that her hunger won out and she realized what was happening and fought back. So she pushes back mentally with everything she has, and the pressure vanishes and she barely stays upright. Blood is now trickling from her nose and her ears and her eyes. Yeah. What?
She stumbles back towards the door while he just stands there like he's deciding whether to do it again. This isn't mind reading, it's mind breaking is what's happening here. She asks if she can go, and he says no, just toying with her. Then, like nothing happened, he flips back into teacher mode. Why don't you get your scores up in lost classical lore?
What the hell?
Yeah, dude, what the fuck? And as she's leaving, he tosses out one last threat. Make smart choices, and there's going to be consequences. He accuses her again of trying to prove something for women and finishes with, if you won't take care of yourself, someone else will. Who, fucker?
It's so cryptic. Are we saying this is hot? This feels Tamlin coded too.
Yeah.
His words, his body language are telling two different things. Anyways, she finally escapes and collapses in the library, vowing to never speak again. And then manic panic. The sobbing turns into clawing, blood dripping, ears ringing nonstop. She hears the two voices again, but this time she doesn't even bother looking around. There's nothing ever there. It's all in her head. She's losing control of everything. Well, that was a hell of a way to end a week.
Yeah.
Whoa!
What? I'm so confused. Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong here. He got in her head just now without permission and literally tried to control her thoughts to not allow her to go to a symposium.
Not tried to control her thoughts, tried to push his will on her. I don't think those are quite the same.
It doesn't
we're
matter.
talking
You're still-
semantics.
Wait,
I understand. Yes.
You're invading
He
the
is
bubble.
trying
You're invading the
He's
bubble.
trying to push his will, trying to make her think that it's her idea not to go to the symposium. Yes, I am not a fan of this. Hence my, are we still team professors right now? Because
I mean,
that's,
But what's his excuse going to be, though?
I don't know.
I just feel like there's a double standard somewhere
For sure, there is.
because it's fine. He's hot. And then, he's mysterious and he's a bad boy and blah, blah.
I'm going to play devil's advocate right now.
Go for it.
We have no idea why he doesn't want her to go.
I know. Yeah.
We have no idea what symposia is. Women aren't supposed to go. What the hell are they about to walk into?
But then it goes back to communication again, because you guys
Yes.
always say that you get mad at
Yes.
these people, Dane and everybody else, because communication. So again, it doesn't matter. He's not telling her why he doesn't want her to go. He's just saying, don't go.
And that's because everyone keeps assuming, and she said this repeatedly, everyone keeps assuming that I know what the fuck you guys are talking about. She's like, I have no, oh yeah, everybody knows. And I don't fucking know what you're talking about. She's never known this whole time. Everything is new to her, and they're like, oh, and I don't fucking know.
That's why I think this book is funny, because all four of these guys are doing everything that people hate in all these other books like ACOTAR. They're doing all this shit, getting in her head without her permission, getting in her dreams without her permission, doing all this shit. And then we're just, which team are we, guys? And we're like, well, all four of them.
I'm not sure that we're supposed to be for any of the teams at this point.
Yeah.
I think that 4 teams thing is at the end.
Okay.
But right now, I'm not team professors because that was over the top, in my opinion, for what we know and what's going on.
Yeah, I agree. Because
I have no idea what's about to happen.
It feels like they are the ones that are invading her privacy the most.
Yes.
Patro is too. He's just picking her up and throwing her in the ocean when he wants to wake her up, but he's not. He did invade her mind to get the truth from her. That's still kind of
all of it. It said bullying.
Yeah,
and manipulation.
No.
Both of these things are in the warning, so we knew what we were getting into.
And that's why we talk about this.
Yep.
That's why we deep dive, because it makes me wonder the psyche of the reader. In this, we have the tropes that we absolutely hate in other romantasies, right? Mind manipulation and all this other stuff, and miscommunication and not telling the truth and hiding things from each other, all stuff we hate. But in this, it's hot. It's sexy. It's so weird.
Nobody at this point has said that this is hot.
No, but it ends up being, and that's why I'm wondering what's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't remember.
And whatever happens, is that okay to allow what is happening now? Justify now. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Does that justify what they've done here? I'm going to say no, because they still didn't communicate to start with.
Well,
they didn't even try to communicate. All right. Is this the other big takeaway? That they didn't what was it? Titus was the last one, which kind of sucked.
Yeah.
He didn't fail the test, though. He was just
last.
Yeah, which I thought they were counting as failing.
That's what I thought, too.
Interesting. We'll have to keep an eye on that to see if they have stopped offing people for the last part of that test, or if they didn't do it because they have something Titus has to win. Ooh, what if there's some kind of underhandedness there? Are you ready to talk about some tinfoil hats here?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. What's your tinfoil hat?
That Fluffy Jr. and Alexis will bond eventually.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
Even with Nick saying that she's going to kill it? Do you think it's a puppy and it's going to grow into something else?
Yeah, it's going to be some weird beast. It's going to be some weird mythological beast from Greece or some shit.
Oh, that'd be cool. Is there one that meets some of those descriptions?
I have.
All right. Wanted to talk real quick about birds liking Drex. So that's an Olympian thing. That's not a Thonic thing. But Drex is Thonic, right? Because he's the one that did the thing at the massacre. But birds like him.
But he had red eyes, I thought.
There was a red glow. That's what was said. There was a red glow. I don't know. All right. The quote for this chapter. Do you remember this one? This is in Nick's quote. It hurts my feelings that you were going to throw me into the air like a common pigeon.
Nice.
Gosh, I love it.
And then my pick is Fluffy Jr. is just so ugly he's cute. We don't know what he's going to turn into eventually.
Yes. I'm hoping it's the puppy and that he turns into something. But that is also along the lines of my pick, which is that he had the stick in his mouth the wrong way. So long ways into his throat, gagging himself. And then as she was leaving, she tossed the stick for him and it hit him in the face and he fell over. We also got a spicy moment in this one. The mixed signals of words versus body language with Augustus. So like she felt the tension of it and was like, I don't understand. Like his words are saying one thing and I'm feeling this tension of, I assume like a sexual tension of some sort. Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. Was there a mention of his scent too?
Or like a lightning storm or something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, sense again.
Yep.
All right. And then the character call out, we've got Fluffy Jr., which is a
Dog-ish.
We're going to say dog with a lot of question marks.
Yeah.
And then the lore talk. We got that the Menagerie is in the middle of the mountain that they've been freezing to death in. And it is an oasis, essentially, in the middle of the mountain.
That's what it sounds like.
Full of animals and streams and the whole nature preserve. I wonder if it's magical.
Oh, it's got to be. But be preserved like that, yeah. It's going to burn down.
What? Why would you say?
Eventually. Not this book, but.
Oh, okay.
Because it'd be emotional.
Because of the animals in there?
Yeah. It's because if you think about
so
it.
You think it's going to burn down?
I hate to say it like that, but what I'm saying is an endangered species area is what it sounds like. And then if I was to try to destroy the Spartans or whatever, that's one place I'd go to try to burn down. That would take wind out of their sails and
take out all the
take out all the animal protectors. Yeah.
No. Who would do that? Kharon? Can't go in there.
Maybe Jasmine Massive because she's the writer. No, I'm not saying the Thonics would do it. It would be whoever unleashed the Titans. It'd probably be like Zeus or some shit.
Oh.
Yeah, the Broody Bunch is going to end up being the good guys saving the fucking day when this whole series is all said and done. It's going to end up being Zeus or somebody was behind this shit. One of the Olympians was behind all this.
That feels right.
Yeah.
Like they started it all up again. Yeah. Okay. I like that. Feels right. All right. Are you ready to play Who's the Asshole?
Let's do it.
All right, let's go.
Welcome to Who's the Asshole, where we read a quote from the book and determine which asshole said it to Alexis. Now, this is all for fun, and we do not condone bullying.
We do not.
So, the way this works is we're going to read each other a quote, and guess who said it? Then we are going to rate it 1 through 10 on how good of a burn it was. So, our burn rating.
Okay, I like it. Like how much of an asshole or how much it should burn or something like that.
Just how good of a burn it was.
I
like,
got some.
Oh, fuck, man.
I got one of those for sure. Actually, I'll start.
Oh, you're ready, huh?
I'm ready.
You're ready. All right, hit me with your best shot.
Nice.
That's
calm.
What
hey,
Patro
calm
said.
down. Calm down.
Me? Oh, dick. Hey, calm down. Just calm down.
Mm-hmm. Calm down.
Augustus? I would say either him or Kharon would be trying to calm her down. Maybe Drex, but Drex isn't an asshole to her. That's not really an asshole quote. I'm going with one of the professors. I'm going to say Kharon.
So it is Drex. It's on the very low end. He's just telling her to calm down. It's an asshole thing to say, but it's a 1.
Oh, for what she was upset about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Calm down.
I didn't know we were thinking that way. Okay. I see what game you're playing. Okay.
Okay. All right.
But, okay, rating. We're going to rate the burn factor. What do you got?
That's a 1.
That's definitely a 1.
Yeah, that was definitely a 1.
I'm going to go the opposite end.
Ooh. All right.
Ready?
Yes.
What's that white shit on your lips? Is it cum?
I mean, yeah, that is a hell of a burn.
Yeah.
And that is Titus.
Yeah. To be honest, as much as I hate Titus, I'm giving that a solid 10 because not only did he say that, he said it out loud to where
in
others
front of a
can
bunch
hear
of
it.
people.
Yes.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is a 10.
So that's straight embarrassment.
Yes. Yeah, that is 10 on the asshole scale. Wow, Titus.
Yeah.
Knocking it out of the
See,
park.
I decided to start up. You're like, we're going to start soft. And I was like, we're going to go extreme.
All right, let's see. Where am I going to go? I have 4 more. All right, I'm going to go with this one next. You look like shit.
Oh, yeah, I know who that is. I just love his burns, though. They're so good. That's Patro.
He's just straight and to the point. You
Yeah.
look like shit.
I
Why is
like
your
it.
nose hanging off your face?
Even though it's a very simple burn, but because he's always straight to the point and he doesn't sugarcoat it, I always give him like a higher rating.
Yeah. All right, so what are we going to rate this one?
I'm giving this an 8.
Okay.
Just
I was
because,
going to say 7, 8.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
just because he's straight to the
You
point.
look like shit.
He looked like shit.
Yeah, that is.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's funny.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, give me
let's
your
see
next one.
here. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
You're a filthy liar.
Ooh. Oh, man. Okay, so I know that's going to be one of the professors. So that's either Augustus or Kharon, but I don't know which one. You're a filthy liar.
Yeah. This is kind of
I'm gonna say Kharon.
final answer.
Yes.
You are correct.
Oh, and it was because they were at the Crimson Duo's place, right?
Yes.
That was the only thing because I don't think Augustus has been there.
Now, burn factor.
Okay, what was the quote again?
You're a filthy liar.
Oh yeah. All right, burn factor. I'm gonna say it's on the lower end.
Okay.
You're a filthy liar. 4.
Yeah, I'll say 3, 4.
Yeah, 3, 4. It's
Because
not nice, but
yeah,
it's
it's
not.
mean,
It's not.
But it's not like funny. It's
Yeah.
not creative.
Yeah, it's not creative.
But he's not as creative as Patro. Patro is the one who gets a little bit more creative. Titus is very creative. I've noticed.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
All right, I've got my next
Now, what
one.
about sexy scale? Because he was like up in her
Oh.
face, and he was probably like, "You're a filthy liar."
I didn't know we were doing spice ratings.
I-
Is this on a
I-
scale of
I'm
1
just-
to 5?
If you want to, we can. Yeah, with the little
Okay,
peppers, we can do like
okay,
little peppers.
All right.
However, we
All
want to do it.
right. You're a filthy liar. That's at least like a 2, 3, 3. I'm gonna go
Really?
for 3.
That's,
You're a
wow, that turns
depends.
you on, huh?
It depends on how on the tone and if he.
Knowing him
Yeah.
is probably a little bit of both. He probably means that she's a filthy liar, but also flirting at the same time.
Yeah,
I guarantee it.
I'm gonna go with at least
because
a 3.
he's intrigued by her. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. You're up.
You're an idiot.
Luckily, we're playing Who's the Asshole, or else I'd take offense to that.
I know.
Idiot.
You're an idiot.
It sounds like Alexis, but we're not. This is everything's supposed to be to Alexis, right?
Correct.
Okay. So you're. Is it Nyx?
It is. You're
Okay.
so good.
Okay.
That was good. You're like, no one else said that.
Well, I feel like
That was too nice.
exactly the Broody Bunch would be a little bit more mean about that.
Oh my gosh. Yes,
Okay, so
that's
you're
true.
an
That was
idiot.
good,
Since
good.
this is Nyx, I always take into account who is saying it too.
Yes.
So since it's her best friend, you're an idiot. She's probably joking. We'll go 4. We'll go 4. It's a friendly burn.
It is a friendly burn. I'll
Yeah.
give it that. I give
It's
3 or
fun,
4.
friendly burn.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
I'm up. Let's see. Oh yeah, ready?
Yep.
Ew! Did you just hack on me like a filthy, gross commoner?
All right. That's clearly a billionaire.
Yeah.
So that's Patro.
I do, yeah, and you know, Patro, you know, it's more like no, like that, like oh, did you?
Like I imagine he like jumped back and everything. Oh,
Dude, he cracks me up.
hilarious.
All right, rating.
That's good. That was a good one. I'm going to give
I'm
that at
saying.
least an 8.
Yeah, he's got solid ones. Solid. Yeah, we're going 8 as well.
Yeah.
Solid
That's
burn.
Solid burn. A filthy commoner.
Filthy, gross commoner.
Oh, that's
He's
good.
so funny.
All right. You ready for my next one?
Let's do it.
You're the next one to die, bitch.
Ooh, that's Titus. Yeah, but again, take into account the guy and the intent.
Yep.
That's like a 9
It's, yeah, that's,
because like he actually wants her to die.
yes. He asked why she didn't just do it herself.
Yeah,
Just make it easier on everyone. Just do it yourself.
Yeah, when it comes to bullying, that's about as
Yeah.
bad as it gets right there.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
Other
That's
than
very
other
foolish.
than literally handing her the rope or the gun. Yeah.
So,
Wow.
yeah, that's right up there. All right, what you got for me?
All right, I got one more for you too. You're a woman in a man's world. It's a dishonor on all of us for allowing this to continue.
That's clearly Augustus. He
Yes.
is all up in that patriarchy coded Tamlin-y BS.
Yeah.
But what about spice rating? Because I imagine this is also a close proximity. Why the fuck are you?
I know.
It was close proximity.
Yeah, and I know he got horned up. Remember, he got a little
He
bulge in his
did.
pants.
Oh,
So
he did.
we'll go like a half.
You're going to give it a half spice?
Just for a bulge. He just got a bulge. That was it. He got it like a chubby.
I'm not even sure
He
what
didn't
your
get
spice
he
ratings
didn't even
even
get a
look
full-on erection. He got a chub. Just a
But it was
chub.
still hot. We're doing hot rating.
Do you know how often guys get chubs per day?
I assume thousands.
Yes. A nice, like, wind breeze, and it's,
Are you serious?
yeah. It's not
Still?
sexual. It's just,
Oh.
yeah, like with you guys, like when something vibrates correctly, like when you're sitting down, you're like, oh,
touche.
shit. Yeah, so it's the
Touche.
same. Yeah.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah. So he's had a little chub. That's why I gave it a half, because it's a half chub. He had a half chub. So he gets a half pepper. Half pepper for a half chub.
Oh my God. Is
If
this?
you will.
Why is there so much dick talk?
First of all, you're the one allowing me to read romantasy and shit with you, so you've done this to yourself.
I did this to myself. Oh
Yes.
my gosh. Okay. All right. So did we rate yours? Did you give me your last one?
I did, but we didn't rate it yet. I'll
Okay.
reread again.
Yes.
You're a woman in a man's world.
Uh-huh.
It's a dishonor on all of us for allowing this to continue, said by Augustus.
So I'm going to give it a 6, 7.
Wow. I thought you would go higher considering the first line.
Wait, what was the first line?
You're a woman in a man's world.
Oh, yeah. Fuck that
is-
shit.
yeah.
I'll punch you in the
Yeah.
face.
I was gonna say,
Come
that
here,
is about
Augustus.
That's about as sexist and
I was like, wait a minute.
misogynistic
What
as
was
it
the first
gets.
line? Yeah, 10. What a dick.
I'm
forgot
not
the
going.
first line.
I'm not going full 10. And it's not because I'm trying to protect another man. I'm just like, it's a shitty thing to say, but there's worse things you can still say. So I'm gonna go like 9.
I guess if he'd put all of his thoughts out, then it would have been a 10. Okay, I'll go with 9 because he
I'm
didn't
going
say
with 9.
all of his internal thoughts. Like
Yeah.
he wanted to lock her up and make sure blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Yeah, he
all
didn't go
right,
full
9.
Tamlin with the quote.
9. Okay.
Okay.
He's an asshole.
Yay. All right. That's it for Who's the Asshole. Lots of assholes in this
Lots
one.
of
Love it.
assholes.
Yeah. Love this game.
Oh, love this.
All right. Next up is Spartan Center on SGCN.
Let's go.
The rookie library brawl heard round all of Sparta, 3-on-1, and Alexis still walked out on top. Welcome back to Spartan Center. I'm Imus of Apollo.
And I am Pallas of Athena. From bloody knuckles to beast bonding, it's been a wild summer in the Crucible. And the Menagerie field trip proved once again that nature hates everyone equally, but especially
All right, kicking things off with Chapter 14, the rookie showdown we didn't know we needed. Alexis Hert versus the three stooges of the Crucible, Titus, Leo, and Alexander. One girl, 3 idiots, and a whole lot of pent-up rage.
And boy, did she deliver. Broke Titus's nose, smashed Alexander with a chair. Full WWE highlight reel. You can't coach that kind of grit.
And if you look closely at the replay, I think you can see her vomiting on him as well.
Meanwhile, Drex steps up for the assist, but he's showing real potential. Might just be Alexis's first reliable ally.
Definitely, though I gotta say her stamina's becoming a storyline. Alexis is passing out more than a rookie in 2-a-days.
True, she's running on fumes and stubbornness, but Augustus stepping in afterward? That's the bigger twist. The guy's supposed to be all steel and discipline, yet suddenly he's worried about her broody bunch legacy?
Yeah, he's talking like a coach who just realized his rookies got Hall of Fame bloodline. Still, hard to call it encouragement when it comes with a side of emotional whiplash.
Either way, Chapter 14 cements Alexis as a player to watch. She's bruised, bleeding, and somehow still climbing the leaderboard.
All right, Chapter 15 flips the script. We finally get inside Professor Augustus's head. Spoiler, it's less wise mentor, more rage management case study.
Yeah, man walks into the library brawl aftermath like he just found his students practicing homicide again.
The second he hears Titus laid hands on Alexis, game over. Guy's ready to punt him into Tartarus.
That men who hurt women don't deserve to live line? Cold. Straight off a propaganda poster. But you almost want to cheer.
And just when you think he's cool enough, he hunts the bullies down and melts their brains. Spartan discipline at its finest.
Effective though. The message landed. Don't mess with a girl who somehow keeps surviving.
And the biggest twist, he tries to teleport home and ends up near Alexis's old trailer park. Coincidence? No. Feels like fate just subbed him in for emotional damage duty.
The professor's mask is cracking, and we're only halfway through the season.
Chapter 16 kicks off right where you'd expect. Alexis waking up to Patro asking, "Why is your nose hanging off your face?" Peak mentorship.
Nothing says welcome back like an insult and a side of trauma bonding. And just when things couldn't get more awkward, boom, Kharon walks in.
Yeah, dude shows up radiating bad day at the office energy, drops a few cryptic threats, fixes her nose, then ruins it with a get the fuck up. Real charmer.
The tension's thicker than the fog in the sticks. Even Nyx is trying to turn it into a romance subplot.
Meanwhile, Alexis is over here realizing the whole Crucible is just a mental torture simulator with better lighting.
And the peace doesn't last long. Spartan paparazzi crash the island. Kharon cleans house and Patro's out here arguing about acronyms like it's trivia night.
Death and lies, not war and sex. Someone tell the branding department.
Exactly. Between the violence, tension, and random gunfire, we're calling this one a romantic comedy, if you remove the comedy. All right, and finishing us off this week, Chapter 17 opens with a field trip, and not the fun kind. The initiates are herded into the mountain to meet the Menagerie, where every creature is part Pokemon, part will absolutely eat you.
Yeah, it's like Jurassic Park with worse supervision. Leandro locks them in and says, good luck. Love the management style.
Alexis just wants one normal moment, maybe a friendly critter. Instead, every animal bails like she's Maleficent on a bender. Even the bugs are hostile. One bites her, and her screech sets off the beast alarm.
The beast turns out to be a mangy white dog, not exactly apex predator material, but hey, it's the first thing that hasn't run from her, so that's progress.
She names it Fluffy Jr. Nix is ready to eat it. Drex has a golden toucan, and Alexis is just trying to convince herself this is all fine.
Then class rankings drop Alexis at number 1. Talk about a comeback from Vomit Queen to Valedictorian.
Celebration short-lived, though. Augustus calls her in and tries to talk her out of going to the symposium. Says it's too dangerous for someone like her.
Translation, I can't handle my feelings, so let me gaslight you instead. Then he straight up attacks her mind.
She pushes back, bleeding, shaking but standing. The man looks one power trip away from a restraining order.
The Broody Bunch might be rare, but damn, their HR violations are off the charts.
And that's your closer for the week. Alexis 1, Professor 0. Mental stability, not even on the scoreboard.
All right, time for our Spartan Center Top 5 replays of the week.
And coming in at number 5, we have Fluffy Jr., the only animal in the menagerie that didn't run away from poor Alexis.
Yeah, because it couldn't. Thing looked like a dust bunny with mange.
Oh.
At number 4, we have Augustus's mind-melting punishment for Titus and Alexander.
Listen, that's a bold strategy teaching through aneurysm, but it's exactly the classroom management that they teach at Spartan U. And at number 3, we have the Crimson Duo, duping everyone into thinking that they are war and sex, when really, they are death and lies.
So they're not war and sex? Tragic, really ruins my candle collection. In our number 2 spot, Alexis beating the shit out of Titus and Alexander.
Nothing says dominance like knocking a guy out and baptizing him in your lunch. True Spartan spirit.
Nice.
And finally, our number 1 replay of the week goes to Nix's reaction to said ass kickery. Pussy, crush the patriarchy.
Yeah, nothing says team bonding like a battle cry that makes every guy in the room check his life insurance.
And that was your top 5 replays for the week.
Spartan Center Top 5 replays powered by Crimson Duo Body Wash. Ignite with fire and amber, cool down with mint and ice. Smell like victory, or at least like you survived it.
That's it for this week's Spartan Center. From brawls in the library to beasts in the mountain, Alexis Hert's proving that survival might just be her superpower.
And next week's looking even rougher: symposium, secrets, and one very pissed off professor. Somebody get this girl a therapist.
For Iamus, I'm Pallas.
Immortality is not a right. It's a privilege.
Thanks for joining us for this episode of Booked for Two.
Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review to help other book lovers find the show.
Follow us on socials at Booked for Two Podcast for behind-the-scenes content, updates, and sneak peeks. We'll also post next week's chapters every Sunday, so you can read along.
Join us for our live Q&A. We are back to Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Central on TikTok. We'll answer your burning questions, react to your theories, and occasionally overshare book-related emotional damage.
Want even more chaos? Join our Discord. The link's in our bio. Come hang out, chat books, and get early access to exclusive content.
And finally, don't forget to grab your merch at book42.com.
Until next time, keep turning the page.